You probably heard the sentence, if they wanted to, they would. Meaning, if person wanted to do something, he would, otherwise he doesn't do certain activity because he doesn't want to. It's person's attempt to understand and explain why something is happening. Oftentimes, it's a simple conclusion derived from people not behaving in a way we would like them to behave, not meeting an expectation of some sort. I assume it's most likely to come to mind in a relationship where at least one person put value and effort into the other person. Otherwise, person wouldn't really care how the other person behaves. And I don't mean you would be okay with a stranger being rude to you, but you wouldn't probably mind if stranger didn't care about you, because why would he? And you wouldn't probably care about that stranger either. In a way, the statement, if they wanted to they would, is true, but it needs to be put into context. And what we plan to do with such conclusion, because if used correctly, it can be of great benefit for you. But if it's used as a simple conclusion in a complex situation, and you maybe end up cutting a friend out of your life because of it, you might end up regretting it in the future. In order for relationship to thrive, it's essential that both people put effort into it. If not, I don't really know if it's even friendship to begin with. Such relationship will most likely die out if the person trying to make it work isn't a masochist or has some self-preservation. I don't think people use this statement in a situation where the other person is source of good time, reach out to us, want to see us, and one time they forget to respond to a message or can go out and then they are cut off our lives, because that would be unhinged. Or when you ask them to help you rob a bank and you are like, if they wanted to they would, like that would be totally retarded. Like everyone has their own life and cannot be there for us all the time, like we cannot be there for them always. And sometimes people have a lot of work or are doing something else and want to have time to respond, or sometimes they want to be alone. Some friendships work in a way that people don't contact each other often, but when they meet up, they are happy to see each other. And sometimes we try to read too much into things and we make conclusions that might not even exist. But if you are saying to yourself, if they wanted to, they would, in a relationship where the person doesn't even seem to like you, like they never reach out to you, they don't reply to you much, or after many days, when you call them to hang out, they make excuses, etc. Like, why would you want to be in such relationship to begin with? Why are you still there? That sounds like a disaster. Yeah, in this situation, if they wanted to meet you, they wouldn't make excuses all the time. If you didn't bombard them with messages, but send them a single message once in a while, they would be happy to see that and respond, and wouldn't make you wait for days, like they see it as a total bothering action that's like the last thing they would like to do. So yeah, it's because they don't want to do it, so they postpone it and sometimes forget about it. I believe when person likes you, they will make place for you in their life. One way or another, it will be possible. They won't be that hard to reach. But if it's a relationship where both people seem to enjoy the company of one another, you exchange messages, go outside time to time, but maybe they are not the ones that reach out to you, I would tell that person my thoughts about it, that I would like or appreciate them to reach out to me too sometimes, and see how they react. I've tried that 2 times with 2 different people, and guess what happened? They started to reach out to me and asked me to meet up too. One person said they didn't know that I saw it like that, and the other that they wasn't used to reach out to people much. People cannot read our minds, they don't know our expectations, they don't know how we see things. Maybe sometimes people need a little push because they are oblivious or think they would bother us But I would certainly tell them how I see things, because it might be changed or dealt with a simple conversation. Or maybe they just don't like you that much. They might enjoy your presence but are not keen on seeing you often. It's because you are not their priority and you are just an option to them. And look, with some people it might be easier, like the whole relationship is great and you don't really have to tell them things like this. But all people have certain imperfections or weird traits, and problems of some sort may arise, so perseverance and communications is important, with our willingness to improve without being offended all the time. On the other hand, if it's not healthy to prolong relationship where we kind of suffer like our thoughts and feelings are disregarded, or we have the need to totally change ourselves to impress the other person. In conclusion, it's not that hard to see how someone values us based on their words and actions. Therefore, statement if they wanted to they would might be accurate or totally out of hand. Have you ever thought about that if person cared enough they would make an effort? If so, tell me in the comments who that person was to you and why did you came up with that conclusion and what happened after that point.